Hello YouTube. I wanted to do an update video of my sub-adult baby enclosures for crested geckos. I did a few changes to my last video, and I just figured I'd do a totally new one. This is how my tubs are going to look from now on, and I'll show you how to set this up. I would say this container can go to about, I'd say 10 grams. 12 is pushing it if you have to, but these are also great temporary enclosures. If you're quarantining, this would work on any size, even an adult, it'd be fine. So these are Rubbermaid containers. This is the size small. There are bigger ones. And the great thing is that these open from the front. So you can stack them up pretty tall, and you don't have to take them all down to spray them out. It is open in the front. And actually, if you make your vent in the front, if you're in a hurry, you can just walk through and spray inside there. These are made by Rubbermaid. You can get these at Home Depot. Some people, I think they said they found them at Walmart or Target. I get mine at Home Depot. I've also seen these online. So to make this, here, I'll show you the inside. I put paper towels as substrate. I usually use 3 just to give it some thickness. This is about 3 days of use so far. In here, there is a gecko in here too, by the way. They hide pretty well. See? It's right there. This is Vigor, a little tiger, tangerine tiger, and she or he is for sale when I made this video. Alright, so let's cover you back up. This stuff right here, that's New Zealand sphagnum moss. I get this on Amazon. If you go to my Facebook page, I made a supply list, and I have links there. This stuff you want to keep pretty damp, but not dripping at all. Squeezed out. In the morning, what you're going to do, you keep this in a pile, and in the morning, you're going to just spray just this. That way, you want to keep this kind of a damp feel at all times. That will help your humidity. So at night, you just come in and spray each wall one time. Kind of big drops too, spray each wall. That's when they're going to be awake, and that's when they're going to drink. Alright, after you have your paper towels and your moss already damp, then I add a diagonal branch, which is a piece of bamboo, and all I did was get your ivy and I just twisted it around. That's all. Make sure there's no wires poking out, but I just twisted that around. You can just do that too if you get big enough leaves. Then I add these. They love these. These are so cheap, and all of my geckos love these. These are foam pipe insulators. They're in the hardware store, in the plumbing section. They come 6 feet long, and you just cut them to any length you want. They're really easy to cut, and you just stick them in. They're like a pool noodle. They're smaller. They just fit right in there. That's what's good about this branch, though. It kind of helps support that weight. And that's where they're gonna sit a lot of the time. Just wait. The food bowl is just a lid from a gallon milk jug. And I just sit there right there. If this was a bigger gecko, he probably wouldn't be in this container, but the bigger geckos get a Gatorade size lid. So you want to put that right at the bottom of your perch. Geckos like to eat by sitting on a perch and leaning down. So they can sit here and lean down, sit here and lean down. Somewhere that's easy to eat, but still get away. This is a water bowl. I also, on bug night, I dump out the water and dry it out, and that's where I put the bugs. They get dubia in this bowl. And then I would sit this right under their perch, so they can lean down and eat the bugs and notice them better. But this I get on Amazon. These are ramekins. They're like perfect for dubia. These are 1.5 ounces. I just sit that in the corner with the water. I've also added this big leaf. Since it's a baby, you know, they feel a little more secure. I keep everything on one side though, to keep it away from the food so the food doesn't get covered up and they might miss it. I want to make sure the babies eat a lot. Alright, so that is how you do the inside. The outside, I've done a few different ways, but the best way so far has been to take a whole bit, which you can get at the hardware store. It looks sort of like a can, you know, it goes on your drill. It comes in all different sizes. This size is the 3-inch hole bit. And the best way to cut a hole out of this is to take this door off. It just pops right out. And then put this on a board. Just a 2x4 is all I used. And you would get a clamp and clamp the board and the lid so it doesn't move. You don't want anyone to hold this because it's so small that someone could slip with the drill. Then this thing is screen that I get from a vent company called roundvents.com, and that's also on my supply list. This is a 3-inch screen. All you do is you push it through the hole, and it has these tabs, and you just bend those down really well. The top part is a plastic screen that I found at the hardware store in the guttering, but you can use, you know, regular window screen right here, or you can use, I've used tape before, which is not very reliable since you have to redo that a lot. The screen works the best. You just cut it to size. What it's doing is there's a little hole, I don't know if you can see it, but it's under the lip. See? There's a hole right there, and they definitely can fit out of that hole. Believe me, I found that out. You would just get a glue gun and you glue around the screen. That's it. Make sure it's covering that hole completely. The other thing I want to mention, the last, main thing, is when you open this door, it just pulls open like that. And then it snaps shut. You want to give it a feel like this to make sure that it's shut. You also want to check this lid. Sometimes when I push this open, it pops this lid up. So you want to make sure this side's latched and check this side. Because when you're opening this lid, sometimes that pops that back side open. And I've also pushed this stick in too hard, and that popped the back open also. So then later, this part's open this all night long. That's it. I do not put these in the dishwasher either because they will warp. You don't just want to wash them, and I just wash them in the sink, and they wash up pretty well. You just use Dawn, disinfect them. if you got enough room outside, you can sit them in the sun, and that will also help to disinfect. And spot cleaning, I just used vinegar and water, half and half, white vinegar. And that's it. These are great on a shelf. They stack really nice and lock. They fit on most baker's rack type shelves. When you put this vent in the front, you don't even need these holes. This is from a prior use, so you don't even need to bother with those holes. Just put the front vent in. And if you have any questions, just post them here on YouTube and I'll get back to you. Thanks a lot. Hope that helps.